you're young and beautiful and well, what?
You think I'm beautiful?
Yeah, you know you're gorgeous, all right? And popular and but this is not why I come here. This is a good learning experience for me.
You already said that.
Mel, I want to help out Mel. He's the only one who cares about me.
That's not true.
He's not?
No.
Are you saying you care about me?
Josh.
I'm Vanessa Zoltan.
I'm Hannah McGregor.
And this is Hot and Bothered.
We are talking about the final scene of Clueless, which is a real fun, out of the ordinary final scene for a high school movie because it ends not with a prom, not even with a debutante's ball, but with a wedding. And we are briefly psyched out via the script into thinking that this is like Cher and Josh are about to get married. But no. It is Miss Geist and Mr. Hall, the teachers who Cher successfully match made at the beginning of the movie, are now getting married. And obviously they have invited a bunch of high school students and given them all +1s.
So weird.
It's so weird. Giving people seats at your wedding is expensive. And I kind of get why Cher's in the wedding party because she set them up. But the fact that Ty and Travis both have invites is kind of baffling to me. It's possible that Cher's family is actually financing this wedding, which would explain why they're able to afford it. But either way, Cher's in the shortest bridesmaid's dress you've ever seen. She's sitting at a table. She's there with Josh. Dion is there with Murray. Ty is there with Travis. Ty and Dion start talking about what their weddings will be. Dion wants a sailor-themed wedding, which is so funny.
To be clear, I got bat mitzvahed in a sailor-themed skirt suit. So
good. That's also funny. Everything should be under the sea themed. Everything. We see Josh sort of awkwardly attempting to bond with the high school boys he's now required to spend social time with. Poor guy. Then the lesbian gym teacher wearing a sick white suit.
She looks
comes
amazing.
Over. She looks fantastic. She comes over and tells them it's time to catch the bouquet. Cher does not seem that interested until Josh tells her that he's put money on her getting it. And then off she goes to participate in a true mob of women attempting to catch the bouquet. She successfully catches it. Josh comes over and kisses her. I guess they are going to get married soon. That's the implication. The end.
I just have to say a couple things. One, this kiss at the end is so adorable. Where
They're
she
really
like
cute.
Literally jumps for happiness at the end of it. And also the way he's like, this is a bet. And she's like, it's in the back. I find their like ease and comfort with each other very convincing.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I just wanted to say that.
It's really nice to have a scene where you see what they are like dating.
Yeah.
Because another version of this movie could have ended with them, kissing in the stairwell and getting together. Right. But it's nice to see how their dynamic translates into dating. And that dynamic is really sweet.
So cute. Love it.
Yeah. Now, we both, on this viewing, Vanessa, noticed something about this final scene. Do you want to say what we noticed?
No, you go ahead and say it. I'm just going to tell you what I think it contributes to what this movie believes about love.
So there is the voiceover of Cher saying, like, so we get together and you know what happens next, and next shot is a wedding. And then she's like, as if, like, I'm 16, I'm not getting married. But that first shot of the wedding is done such that you think that it's Josh from behind.
Right.
Because the person who Miss Geist is standing with is tall and has dark brown hair.
Yeah, there's a wig.
It's not just a wig. It's not
a
Wallace
wig.
Shawn.
There's a different actor.
It's a different actor. It's like a
Yeah.
yeah, because Wallace Shawn is also shorter than the actor playing Miss Geist. So then, you know, they turn around and it's Mr. Hall and Miss Geist. My reading of that was like, it's a bait and switch to briefly make you think that it is Cher and Josh getting married.
I agree. But I think that tricking you into thinking that it's Cher and Josh instead of Miss Geist and Mr. Hall is saying, like, marriage is not the only happy ending. Like, us being adorable is actually a happy ending. And I love that because Austen is all about marriage. And this movie actually talks a lot about divorce, right?
Oh, there's a lot of divorce. It's the 90s.
It's the 90s. And Josh's mom is on husband number 4. And right, like we talked about this last week, how our favorite line of the movie is the dad saying, you divorce wives, not children. This movie is a movie that knows that marriage does not mean happiness. And so the fact that this has a very non-Austen wedding of like a happily ever after, but it's not their wedding, I think is one of the things that this movie believes about love, is that love and marriage often have nothing to do with one another.
Yeah, and that deliberately putting a wedding at the end is a nod to the conventions of the genre and a refusal of that as being the conclusion to their story. You know, that is partly about, like, Cher does not participate in the conversation about fantasizing about what her wedding is going to be like. That is Dion and Ty. Cher is just like, haha, that's fun.
And it only goes for the bouquet because there's $200 on the line.
And she likes to win. But like, also she's 16. Like, it's just nice that we don't, that doesn't even need to be part of the conversation at this point.
And as a translation of Emma, right, like this is the marriage that actually happens at the beginning of Emma, this like teacher figure. I like that. Yeah, this just is a movie that has really decoupled marriage from this story.
Yeah.
That's what I think it contributes to the belief about love. What about you, Hannah?
2 things struck me about what the movie thinks about love. One is, to return to what we were saying last week, it is similar to the end of She's the Man. We've got like everybody is coupled up at the end, and they have been coupled to a person who matches them according to the logic of the film. And so everybody's got their appropriate partner. Did you also notice that Amber is also at this wedding?
No, I didn't. But that goes back to my point from last week. Why is Amber at the wedding?
Amber's in the group trying to catch the bouquet.
Oh,
like,
yes. That's true.
Amber invited. Anyway, Amber gets partnered with Elton.
Elton, who sucks.
And again, it's another version of like everybody gets matched up to a person who matches them. Like, who matches them in terms of conventional attractiveness, in terms of social standing, in terms of all of these things, which is just like not how actual romantic coupling works.
No, I'm hotter than anybody I've ever been with.
Yeah, I believe that.
Thank you.
I'm just remembering now a conversation I once had with a friend where I was like, I don't understand how couples are always like super hot women and super ugly guys. And she was like, I think you might be gay. Anyway, so that is one. But the other one is the comfort of like all of the romantic couples, right? Like that what we see between these Dayton teens is that they are having fun with each other.
I know. It's so cute.
They're being silly. They're being nice.
It's so different than She's the Man.
Yeah.
Or Pretty in Pink. It's so comfortable. Good vibes.
Yeah. You can picture them voluntarily hanging out with each other for fun.
Yeah.
There's this real sense of like, we like the people that we are dating. We have a nice time spending time with them. And it's nice to see that because we don't see it in like most of our high school romances. We never get to see the couple just like having a nice time together. I think maybe 10 Things I Hate About You is the exception.
I will say that Emma is also the only Austen novel where we see the couple together after the engagement in any significant way and enjoying each other's company. And it's one of the main reasons I love Emma so much is like you really spend time with Emma and Knightley and watch them be an adorable couple after they get engaged.
That's nice. That makes this another like nod to the adaptation, right? Like so much of their relationship happens after the marriage of another couple.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so what stood out to you other than the cunning use of wigs?
I really hate that. I don't mind that the men bet on which girl is going to get the bouquet. I think that is a fun thing that I would do at a wedding. I mind that then they laugh at them, that they laugh at the women for trying to get the bouquet. It really bugs me. So, right, like, we don't know if, like, Murray has also told Dion. Well, I don't think we're supposed to think that. But Josh has told Cher, like, $200 is on the line if you catch the bouquet. And because of that, Cher really fights for the bouquet. And then they are laughing at these girls. I hate it.
Yeah. I mean, bouquet throwing is one of many wedding traditions that I find quite repulsive. I've been to a very, very small number of traditional weddings. A few of you will be surprised to hear. But the wedding, the bouquet throwing, and the garter throwing, right? It's supposed to be only single people getting up, only unmarried people getting up to participate. The women participate in the bouquet toss. The men participate in the garter toss. Then at some weddings, the man who caught the garter puts it onto the woman who caught the bouquet.
Feeling up her leg under the dress.
Yeah. So there's this real sense that like part of the function of the wedding is not just to get together, like to, you know, legally marry this couple, but also to facilitate future heterosexual couplings. I think it's icky. I
will post on Instagram a photo of me at my best friend Kim's wedding, lined up with all the other bridesmaids. And half of us have our arms at our sides. We're like, she asked us to be up here, so we're here, but we're not doing this. This is just mortifying.
Just like smacked in the face with a bouquet. Just refused to catch it.
I think it maybe landed on the floor. We were like, you can't actually make us participate in this. It was her mom that wanted the bouquet you know? Yeah. And then she's like, can you guys please come up? And we're like, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't like setting up your girlfriends to laugh at them. So,
yeah.
What about you, Hannah? What stood out to you?
You know what stood out to me is that moment when Ty and Dion are talking about their weddings, because as a teenager, I also like to talk about weddings. Mm-hmm. Like my friends and I would get wedding magazines and look at wedding dresses. Mm-hmm. And in retrospect, that feels to me like an expression of like how few models we had of like major life landmarks and things that we could be celebrated for and things that would let us be at the center of something.
And express something unique about yourself within a ritual formation, right?
Yeah.
It's all of these things where it's like, you are going to recognize the signposts of what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to do it in a unique way. And therefore, my community is going to understand me better.
Yes.
This makes total sense to me as an obsession.
Yes. And it is interesting to see it played out as a dynamic between the two girls that actually the guys are not part of. Like, they're not talking to the men that they are dating about what they want their weddings to be like. They are talking to each other because it is a language in which young women socialize with each other and articulate something about their individuality, their creativity, their sense of self, all of these things. And I like the way that that's played, but I also just like it just really kind of surprise resonated with me. I was like, oh man, yeah, I also was like really into looking at wedding dresses and thinking about what my wedding would be like, despite the fact that I like didn't date.
Yeah.
had no interest in a romantic partner, the idea of a wedding had a huge amount of appeal for me.
So, Hannah, given that I agree with you, this is about planning weddings amongst women, why are the rest of the women fighting for this bouquet? Are we supposed to think that Ty and Dion also are going for the $200? Because they're 16. They don't want to get married. What is going on here? Is this just supposed to be a bit of like physical comedy? Who are we supposed to be laughing at? I really don't get it.
It's such a good question. And I know that it's a good question because I don't have a ready answer for it. So let's unpack it for a moment. Definitely physical comedy is a dimension of it because, like, they fall down.
You see Cher's underwear, which is like a thing, right?
Yeah.
Gilda Radner was very excited about, like, in order to be a woman in comedy, you have to be willing to show your underwear, right?
And
like, this is like
and then
a
she
thing.
gets up and then she shimmies her tiny little skirt back down. I love that we see her pull her skirt back into place. Also feels like a sort of cute moment.
Yep.
I think part of it is certainly it is a piece of the ritual in which people are participating enthusiastically because they are there to participate in a ritual. It matters, I think, that it is the lesbian gym teacher in a suit who comes over and is like, they're throwing the bouquet, let's go, ladies. She's not participating in heteronormative rituals in the same way, but she's like, it's part of the wedding. This is part of what we do. And like, we are going to participate with abandon and joy and mirth and silliness and like throw ourselves into this thing that doesn't matter because it's part of being here and being in this community in this moment. So I do think that there's a piece of that, but I also can't divorce this moment from like the general cultural narrative around the bouquet catching and catty women scratching each other and trying to get it away, and the sense of like women be marrying.
Women be obsessed with getting married.
And like women perceive one another as competition and perceive romantic partners as a scarce resource that must be fought over. And that's always going to be there in a bouquet fight scene. But I think it's underplayed in this scene. I think setting it up as a game, which is essentially what Josh's intervention does, means that we go into it thinking of it as kind of a game that they're all playing, and then shares like childlike glee at winning.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, like it's just a very tiny sport. It's just a tiny little 2-minute sport.
Okay, if you could rewrite this ending, what would you have happen differently?
I mean, I guess for sticking on the topic of the bouquet catch, I just, make Josh catch the bouquet. You want to win the $200 so bad, catch it yourself.
Go get it, Josh.
What about you, if you could rewrite this ending?
I want Cher's dad to be at the wedding. I want to see Cher's dad react to this coupling. Like, how does he actually feel?
Sorry, I thought you meant Miss Geist and Mr. Hall, and I was like, I feel like he probably doesn't have any opinions on this wedding. You mean Cher and Josh?
I want to know how he feels about Cher and Josh.
Yeah.
Like, it was one thing when, like, my stepson, who I love so much, is, like, concerned and has a crush on my daughter. They are boinking now in the house. Like, this is a man who is controlling. I would like to see how this plays out.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? A good question. We see him being concerned about, like, who she's dating, how she's dressing, how late she's out. Like, we see her dad kind of trying to rein in some of her behavior. And it's like, I don't know, in that she's, like, dating an older boy and wearing a very, very small dress. So how are we feeling about this now?
Yeah. And the extent to which it's Emma, right? Like, Emma's dad's reaction is a huge thing for the character of Emma. She, in part, says no to Knightley at one point because she's like, I can't leave my dad.
And he's upset when they tell him.
he's really bummed.
Yeah.
It's only because Knightley is going to move in with them and he doesn't have to lose anyone, that he feels okay with it, right? So
Yeah.
I would really like that mirroring from the novel, and I would specifically like to know how this dad is reacting to this information. We'll never know.
You know what? Another great rewrite. You're very good at rewriting the endings of movies.
Thank you. Here's my thing, Hannah. People should ask me. I have feedback.
All right. Well, everybody, you know how to reach Vanessa. So if you need some feedback, you know where to go.
I have opinions. Come
Yeah.
on. You have opinions.
I have lots of opinions, but I'm not interested in giving anybody feedback. In fact, the only people who are allowed to have direct contact with me are Patreon supporters.
Yes, if you actually do want my feedback, if you are at our Friends with Benefits level on Patreon, you can ask for my feedback and I will give it to you. I do. I have opinions on everything. I
Wow.
wish I didn't.
A benefit
burden.
I can get behind.
You've been listening to Hot and Bothered. We are a small show, so we need your support to run. If you can, please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hotandbotheredrompod. If you love the show, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We are a Not Sorry production. Our executive producer is me, Vanessa Sultan, and we are edited and produced by Ariana Nettleman. We're distributed by Acast. We are so grateful, as always, to our soulmate level patrons, Molly Reilly, who we would chase through an airport to declare our love to, Becky Boo, who we would wait for hours on the top of the Empire State Building for, Elizabeth Schweinsberg, whose heart we would play a game of one-on-one basketball for, and Lauren Bayer O'Connell, who we would call up on stage to dance with us in front of the whole summer camp. And thanks as always to our team, Julia Argy, Nikki Zoltan, AJ Aramas, Courtney Brown, and Stephanie Balsell. And a huge thanks to my beautiful co-host, Hannah McGregor.
It's a me.